Hello people, so this is officially my first video here in on Authentic Sound alone without Wim, and so I'll make sure I won't say bad things about him, also because I guess he's gonna see this video. So it feels unreal that I'm publishing a video on this channel after 1 year that I've been following that, and especially, I mean, it feels unreal that they recorded the Hammerklavier. So this video is just like to hang out a little bit with you here before tomorrow, which is like it's a big day. It is certainly a big day for me, and but I guess also for like the history of recording, if you think about that, because this will be really the first Hammerklavier that has been recorded all together on a historical instrument with the historical original pedalings by Beethoven, and following those metronome numbers that are apparently impossible to reach. Can you imagine that? And so impossible to reach that I've just recorded the sonata sticking to them. So, and I mean, you all people know the story of the Hammerklavier, like, and there's for over a century there has been this mystery on like the unplayability, and we are literally talking about only the 20th century, yeah, because if you go to the 19th century, already since Liszt has been performing this huge work, you won't find one source that talks about the technical impossibility of playing this work because of the insane and super fast metronome numbers that Beethoven gives. No one talks about that over the 19th century. So, and we know now we know why. We know of the different reading of the metronome. Many sources have been presented, and let me spoil this to you. Many other sources are still waiting to come, along with the book, which Wim and Lawrence are working on. And let me tell you, it will be a bestseller. I've been reading some stuff, and it's really mind-blowing. But to get back to the recording to the premiere of tomorrow, it's an historical moment. For me, it feels actually unreal that I'm doing this at the age of 24, and I feel like I have a great privilege in doing so, but I cannot hide this from you. I'm also like a little bit nervous, because I also feel the responsibility of this, yeah. Basically, many people are there ready to not even to listen with open mind the sonata, but they are there ready to judge if this reading of the metronome works or not. And you know, I feel a little bit responsible because, of course, what we do in the channel, it must be always at the top level quality, and that's why I spent 3 days trying to get like the best adagio that I could have, because I guess there's a lot of excitement around this recording, but there's also a lot of pressure. The reason why we always need to be at the top of our game with these recordings is that there's certainly some sort of bias around this way of playing, and And if you leave apart the discussion around the way of reading the metronome and everything, what the real problem that other people have with this theory, it's really not about how you read the metronome. It's about the implication, yeah. And the implication is that today we actually play a lot of works faster than much faster than they probably played over the 19th century. And this, for many people, it's hard to accept for several reasons. Certainly for emotional attachment to these works, but certainly it's difficult to accept that this way that we play this music today, it's much different from the past. And it shouldn't surprise, because I mean, think about that. There are probably how many generations there are, how many generations of musicians there are between us today in 2020 and Beethoven 2 centuries ago. So is it that hard to think that each generation might have added something, or even might have wanted to break the relationship with the tradition? But when it comes to reconstruction of the original way of playing during Beethoven's life, then that's something that requires to musicians to put away their ego, to play in this way, to follow the original pedalings, to follow these metronome numbers, requires really that you put, as a musician, your ego apart completely. It's about trying to reconstruct the original message of these composers, and to do so you really need to put your ego completely apart. It's not anymore about the performer's narcissism. Sorry, the kids are a little loud. So it's not anymore about the performer's narcissism, but it's really about trying to make work what it could have been in the mind of the composer. And if we are not able to make it work, there's no excuse. We should find a way to make it work anyways. Again, I cannot describe to you how difficult it has been to record the Adagio with those pedalings and that tempo. It has been really an experience, and it's really challenging. Don't think that playing in this way it's easier. It's quite the opposite, because when you play at these speeds, what you realize is that you have to face an amount of details, an amount of articulation and notes and dissonance and timings, that when you play faster you don't have this problem. You just go straight like a train. I encourage people not to say that this is a sight-readable speed, because it is not. And I mean, I guess that most of you of the community are familiar with the amount of pressure and the amount of attacks that we get from people who simply don't agree with what we are doing, yeah. And sometimes these people can be also really aggressive. I'm gonna share this with you, but after we published the Wanderer and the Wallstein, there's a Facebook group of Italian pianists who actually called me out there, and they pretended they pretended for me an explanation of what I was doing with Wim on the channel, and one of the administrators said to me that he really hoped that behind of all of this there was a huge amount of money that I was getting out of this project. So I haven't responded to those people, because the group was really being kind of aggressive to me. and maybe now I can respond to them, and if they are still following the channel. I don't know if they are, but in case they are, guys, I'm doing all of this for free, so there's no money for me behind that. It's just my belief that this music deserves, and these composers deserve to be rediscovered. And I mean, today in schools and environment, we all discuss so much. If you ask to any musician will say like the score is everything. The score is the starting point, and the musicians are only the middle way between the composer and the listener. All agree on this, like single beaters or double beaters. Which side you are, like it doesn't matter. We all are here to reconstruct the original message of this music. The problem comes when like these speeds indications and the sources that say that this is the way on which people read the metron numbers. The problem comes there because the implication is that the way it might seem like the way we play music today, it's much faster and maybe far from the original or the original idea that was in this composer's mind. So again, this is a great moment for me, and I'm really happy to share this with you. And it's actually an historical moment, and it feels unreal that it's actually on my shoulders at this age. And so what I wanna say is thank you to all of you of this beautiful community for being here, for supporting us, and for those who are new, if you are new to this channel, don't hesitate to subscribe. We have a lot of videos on tempo research, a lot of discussions, the Monday premieres. Hit the bell if you wanna stay updated on the new videos, and you can consider to support us on Patreon. There you find our monthly hangout. You can talk to Wim and I, and to other people. It's a beautiful community, and you can have access to scores and the latest updates. So thank you for even considering the possibility to support us financially. My wish to all of you, it's that we see each other tomorrow at the premiere. We hang out. I'll be there. I cannot miss that, of course. You know, let's hope that this recording will change a little bit the history of performance practice, certainly for the Hammerklavier. But let's hope that that it will inspire a generation of the next generation of pianists. It's great to see all of you, and we'll see each other tomorrow. Bye!